How's it going, fellow Digidestins? It's Collectibles for Life YT coming to you with another deck profile. This time on a spicy red deck. So without further ado, let's get started. For our babies, we run for the Coromon. It states inheritable, your turn. While this Digimon has 4 or more Digivolution cards, it gains 1000 DP. We run this over the Digimon, which is the baby form of a Guilmon, because it gives us to be more aggressive faster. Sometimes you get to Digivolve so quickly with this deck that you don't have time for them to get their 5 cards in their graveyard. So this makes it more of a sure thing that you can attack as soon as you evolve from your digital area. Which in this deck you do want to have your full evolution set in your Digitawa area, so that way you can bring it out and attack, because you want to set up a certain combo for this particular deck. So we run 4 of these. More of a sure thing. That's why we run these instead, and no other Digitamas. Next, we run 4 Agamons, the staple for red right now for sure. Your turn, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. Again, you're trying to boost up the attack for its mega form, so this is another way of being for sure able to get over certain Digimon. Blockers, other Omnimons that will be there, other Megas that are just in your way, so you're able to go over them without having to worry about losing a 1-for-1 return pretty much. So we got 4 of those. Oop. Let's put him back there. There we go. Next, we run 3 of the Guilmon. The Guilmon states, while there are 5 or more cards in your opponent's graveyard or trash, this Digimon gains 1000 DP. We run 3 of him for that particular reason. Again, that inheritable. It's a good body as well. 3000 DP, and it's a 3 to cast and 0 to evolve. Mostly we run it for the inheritable. You want to be late game. You want to be able to still be able to get that 1000 DP. So this helps out for the late game. Agamons are definitely for the start of the game, and then these just help out so that way you can have more bodies that give you that inheritable ability. Next, we run 6 Vanillas. We run 3 of the Biomon, 3 of the Monodromon. We run a 3 of 3 of because we want to make sure that we don't end up having doubles of the same Digimon in case somebody else is playing Omnimon. That way, just to protect yourself in certain situations. So that's why we run 3 of 3 of each of them. They're both the same one. They're Vanillas, 2 to cast, and 3000 DP. They're good bodies, and they're cheap to summon. So that's why we have these guys right here. There you go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. 13. We run 13 bodies altogether for the rookies. For our next, this is going to be our champions. And we run 12 of these champions. For the first of the bunch, we run the inheritable Greymon. It's a 5 to cast, 2 to Digivolve, 4000 DP. It states this Digimon checks 1 additional security. So it's a security check plus 1 inheritable. It's a good situational card because it's only 5 to cast, so you could cast it if you needed to. If not, then you can go ahead and build up the pile in your Digitama area to give a security plus 1. So that's why we run 4 of him. The inheritable for sure is the main reason. Next, we run 4 of the Korodromon. Korodromon is our only blocker. So we run 5 of these. Hard cast it or evolve it regardless. You want some bodies to protect you so that way you don't take too much damage while you're trying to get your combo set up. And it's a good body as well. So we run 4 of those. And finally, we run 4 of the Dark Tyrannomons. Again, it's definitely, you don't want to cast it, but you can evolve into it. It's a 1 to evolve. So it gets you in the situations where you can, if you have an awkward amount of memory, you can evolve to him, and then from him to an ultimate, and without having your turn be over, and you get to draw a card because you evolve. So we run 4 of these. Again, a very nice body, vanilla. All these cards are pretty staple on red for sure right now. So that's our bodies for champions. Okay, next we're gonna be going to our ultimates. 9 ultimates. 9 is a staple, kind of between 9 to 8 ultimates is usually the number people are running for their counts. And we run 4 of this beautiful creature right here, the Ground Daromon. He is literally one of the reasons why red is so aggressive. 5 to play, 2 to Digivolve. The body itself is not that great. It's only 6,000 DPs, but you're really not using him for the body. You're using him for either to get leverage and evolve into your Mega quicker, or to be able to hard cast and then get a Mega on the field and one in your Digitama area. He is literally the legendary tech of this deck. He is the reason why you can play red so aggressively and it works. That's why we run 4 of him. And I'll show you a lot of the reasoning being is that if you draw him in your first hand and you don't have anything else to do, you can literally just hard cast him. And you can either end up giving your opponent 5 memory, which you're okay with that, or you can end up giving them only like 2 memory if they gave you 3 the previous turn. So most of the times they're not going to consider him a threat, so they just leave him on the board. They end up summoning their own blockers or their own other Digimon. They're not too worried about getting rid of this guy, which in this particular deck, you should be very worried about having that on the field. Our next one has a better body. It's another vanilla. It's a 3 of Wargreymon. It's 7 to play, 2 to Digivolve. You are not going to be playing him unless you have to. You'll be Digivolving into him. He's 2 to Digivolve and is 8,000 DP. He has a better body and it helps in certain situations. So we run 3 of him. And finally, for our tech card, especially one of our special tech cards for our combo that we're talking about, we run 2 Metal Greymons. They state security check +2 when attacking, lose 5 memory. We don't really care about that unless it comes up in the situation. 8 to play, another thing that we don't care about. We don't want to play him. 9,000 DP is a nice body, so that helps. But what we care about is his inheritable. It states this Digimon gains an extra 3,000 DP on your turn, which is very, very helpful for the particular Mega that we're running and how weak the body is. So we run 2 of him for that particular reason, and that's pretty much all of our ultimates. And finally, well, Yellow red is very popular, and the ultimate counter I really believe is either Mega Zoo for yellow red, or it's red in general because of how fast it's able to and how aggressive. And the reason why is for this particular creature right here. We run 4 Wargreymons. They are 1100 DP. They're 12 to cast, 3 to evolve. You're gonna be wanting to evolve into this. This is the reason why we play them. When Digivolve, this Digimon gains a security +1. It checks an additional security. Your turn, this Digimon does not activate security skills and on option cards it checks. Now keep that in mind. Digimon that have security checks that are able to be cast after they're checked will go through. Tamers will go through. It's only option cards that aren't able to be activated. But I mean, that alone is amazing, especially for like yellow-red, where you're running into like 7 Heavens. Gaia Forces. There's a lot of different things that kill you. Flower Cannon for Rookie Rush. Positron Laser. All those cards are option cards, and they usually rely in that option card to activate at least once out of their 5 securities in order to be able to hold you back or send you back, so that way they can win. Without that being activated, this is why this card is so amazing. I run 2 and 2 of each of them because I couldn't decide which art I liked. They're both pretty nice. I kind of like this one more, but yeah, I run 2 and 2 just because of the art. The art's so cool. But back to the main topic at hand. Yeah, it's a very, very strong ability. The only problem is that the body is very weak. And I'm going to show you some combos of how to set him up to make him a lot more menacing and being able to go through security checks without having to worry about being destroyed by another particular Digimon like Omnimon or Millenniumon or Ragnarlormon and end up destroying pretty much your whole setup and sending you back like maybe 2 to 3 turns and just losing because of that reasoning. But for now, let's keep going through the Megas. We got 4 of him. Then we run 2 of our tech cards, which will be our Volcanodromon. Rookie Rush is a thing. Purple is starting to kind of adapt into that situation as well. So with that being said, you want to run 2. There's a particular card that I might take away so I can run 3 of him instead. But right now we're running 2. It's a body. It does a security check +1. Which is nice, and it says on play, delete all your opponent's Digimon with 4,000 DP or less. You can evolve into him if you have to. Most of the times you might just be on play, but you can evolve into him because you have particular cards that give you inherited extra power, so that 10,000 DP will not be an issue because you'll get extra boosts, so you can actually attack for 2 securities without worrying. Next, we play of one of, and that is Wargreymon. There's a reason why we play one of him. He's relevant now and then, but we've got other Omnimons that do a better job. He's able to pierce, which is nice, and when he digivolves, he can digivol one of your opponent's Digimon by 2. So it's a nice effect. It helps out in certain situations, like Craniumon, in situations where you need to remove an obstacle, Omnimon, and with the ability able to pierce, it's able to break through any kind of blocker. So it's a nice effect with him. So that's why we run one of him. Next, we run one, and this is the one that I'm debating about either adding another Volcanodromon or adding another Blitzgreymon. For now, we're going to keep him, but I feel like he's definitely able to be removed later on, and that's Phoenixmon. Able to evolve by 2 is good, but it's not necessary because we run a particular card that gives us memory regardless of it, and that's the Tamer tie. And so we don't have to worry about memory choking. We don't. The only reason why you would play this is if you want to set up a certain situation. But like I said, I feel like he's very underwhelming, and I feel like a Volcanodromon would do a lot more and a better job at certain things. So we might take him out. But for right now, we run a one of. And that's all of our megas. We run a total of, what is that, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We run a total of 8 megas. And we're not worried about the amount of megas we run because, like I said, again, Groundramon can be casted. So you can just cast that, build up your baby area, and he gives you a chance to get a mega out next turn. Because, again, like I said, most people don't really care about him, so they leave him alone. And regardless, even if that situation doesn't come up, you're still able to move so fast you can evolve into a mega like almost every 2 turns. Next, our other level 7, our only level 7s. 3 of the Digimon Ultra S. This card is phenomenal. I want to say that I feel like it's better than the original Omnimon. But I guess that might be a personal opinion. It's a 1500 DP, 15 to cast, 6 to Digivolve from black or red, which we will mostly play red. So, and it says when in Digivolve, trigger de-Digivolve by 1 all of your opponent's Digimon. Then any Digimon that's 5000 DP or less is automatically destroyed. This is your tech for pretty much any Rookie Rush deck, certain yellow decks, and other purples as well, where the DP is very low, so you can automatically almost clear a field with his ability. Then it states, and this is very important for this deck, when attacking, you may make this Digimon unblockable for the turn by returning one of your level 6 Digimon cards to your hand. So not only do you gain a mega from that ability, but you also become unblockable. If you're in a situation where you're literally almost about to win, able to just become unblockable is amazing because no matter what they do, they can't protect themselves, so you win for game. Or the ability to actually get a level 6 back, so that way you can evolve another of your ultimate champions. What's it called? Or your ultimates into a mega. That's an amazing inheritable or amazing ability. For the reason being that you do want to have as much resources as possible. So getting a mega back into your hand is so devastating, especially with red. So that's why we run 3 of him and not any of the other Omnimon. And then finally, we're going to our Tamers and our Champions. We run 3 Tamers, and of course that's the one that I spoke about before. It's Tai Kamiya. He's able to be played without for security, without paying memory cost. He also states that if you have 2 or less memory, you get up to 3. And then also states, all of your red Digimon with 4 or more Digivolution cards gain security check +1. So your Omnimon won't get that ability because Omnimon's a white card. But all of your other Digimon will get that ability. Security check +1. First of all, what this does is that this sets up that you will always have 3 memory. So you can always go from your ultimate to your mega, which is Wargreymon, and you can attack that turn. So you're able to use his ability when he digivolves. He gets an extra security check. That's a plus already. So that's a reason why you carry that. You also can evolve to an to a mega, which would be, or to an ultimate, my bad, which would be Male Greymon, and you won't end your turn. You can do something else afterwards. The most amazing thing about this card is that, and this is why I run 3, is because I want to see it as soon as possible, and because each one of them activates. So it's a security check +1, And then if there's one in your security and it activates, so you have 2 now. Now you get a +2 security check automatically under any attack. If they activate another one, like if you're not having 2 of these in your security, like this is an insane amount of power just bursting through there. You literally can, and I've done it before, you can check 5 securities in one attack, which literally means game for certain people. You do that, then after that, next you summon your Omnimon, destroy their field, set them back, then they come back, goes back to your turn, you make them unblockable, attack for game. That is why this card is so good, and that's why we run 3 of them. And finally, we run 2 of Gaia Force. Delete one of your opponent's Digimon. It's a Gaia Force. It's great when you see it in your security. Sometimes in your hand it's good. I mean, I feel like most of the times in my hand I don't use it, but when it's in security, I'm just like, yep, get rid of that. So that's why we run 2 of them at least. And that's the full deck profile. What I want to show, it's a little bit of scenarios of what goes down with this particular deck that really help. That really help to make this deck what it is. And ideally, you can go like, okay, if you have a tie on the field, you have a Koromon. You get lucky enough to get a... Where is it at? Yeah, get that Agumon. Get lucky enough to be able to get Greymon. You run enough cards that you can make this happen. Maybe not first turn, but eventually it gets set up this way. And then you run your Wargreymon. There you go. There's the combo right there. There's the idea combo that you want to see. So you automatically get the +1 security, then you get this +1 security, then you get his plus security when you evolved him. You automatically get 1000 DP, 1000 DP, and 3000 DP. Make him 3, 4, 5, make him 1600. He is strong enough to break through anything at that point in time. He is able to destroy. If you go through the 5 securities and there's an Omnimon there, it doesn't even bother him. He breaks through that one too, breaks the options. Use your tamers, use your what's it called, Digimon security check summons. It doesn't matter. You literally break, and you break 1, 2, 3, 4 securities. If you end up with another tie, 5 securities, you can literally attack a full stack with this boy, and it doesn't matter. And even if you don't have him, even if it's set up with our other Mega, Volcanodromon, you still do the extra security check, and you're still a 1500 body. It's a little bit more scary if you see an Omnimon, but it's still doable, and that's how aggressive this deck is. That is how you play red to the point of like just destroying your opponent out of the water in one turn. Another thing, like I said, you have where is it at? Groundamon. You evolve your stack. You start evolving your stack on the side. Your Digitamamon. Get him there. You can summon him, and then next turn he has to figure out, okay, do I want to kill him or do I want to wait to get him? Oh, my little baby fell. Or do I want to wait and kill his Mega that comes out? Either way, he's like, he can't do anything. So you bring out your other guy, you evolve into Mega, attack, or you lose this guy, and it doesn't matter to you because you can still cast again. 5 memory for an ultimate is not bad at all when you can use him to become a Mega and be able to just wreck house. But that's pretty much it. That's a little tutorial of like how to use this deck. And like I said, guys, tell me what you think. Comment down below. Tell me what you want to see. I am also making another deck which is so different and unique. You guys will be blown away. So stay tuned. So please subscribe so you guys can stay tuned to that and you can see firsthand what I'm talking about. This next deck's gonna blow y'all's mind. But that's it pretty much for my red deck. Comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Later. Have a good one.